The most impossible places on Earth where humans survive. Imagine for a second, there are places on Earth where humans actually live, but hearing about them makes survival seem absolutely impossible. Somewhere, people live at the very top of trees, 35 meters above the ground. Somewhere else, it is so freezing that your breath can instantly turn to ice. In another place, crossing a bridge means risking your life on just a few ropes and broken wooden planks, with a hundreds of feet deep gorge right beneath you. And think about a temple that has been hanging off the side of a cliff for thousands of years, or a church so precarious that to reach it, you must completely conquer your fear of heights. Friends, these are not stories from a movie. Nor are they fictional tales. These are real places on our Earth where nature has turned the impossible into the norm, and humans have built their lives amidst these extremes. In today's video, we will explore 10 of the most unbelievable and impossible places on Earth, where you will look at them and wonder, can humans really live here? So, watch the video till the end, and don't forget to comment which of these 10 places fascinated you the most. 1. Sherbam, Yemen, the Manhattan of the desert. Everyone knows Manhattan, skyscraping buildings, glass, and massive steel towers. But did you know that the world's first skyscraper city was built entirely out of mud? And that too, nearly 2,000 years ago. Located in the Hadramaut Valley of Yemen, Sherbam is known as the Manhattan of the desert. It is a city where more than 500 mud brick tower houses stand tall. Many of these reach heights of up to 30 meters, which is equivalent to a 9-story building. The most astonishing fact is that there is no cement, no modern engineering, and no iron rods used here, just mud, water, and extraordinary human intellect. However, Sherbam's greatest mystery is not its height, but its story of survival. This city was built to escape devastating floods. When the rivers in the Hadramaut region overflowed, the entire area would submerge. Therefore, instead of expanding outward, the people started building upward, towards the sky. Today, UNESCO has recognized Sherbam as a World Heritage Site. But the danger isn't over. Due to war, rain erosion, and lack of maintenance, this 2,000-year-old city is slowly crumbling. This miraculous civilization might one day return to the dust, and that day might not be too far away. 2. Korowai Tree Houses, Indonesia, the Sky People. Humans have stepped on the moon, dove into the deep ocean, and conquered mountain peaks. Yet, in a remote corner of the earth, there is still a tribe that lives not on the ground, but at the top of trees, nearly 35 meters high. Deep in the jungles of Papua, Indonesia, lives the Korowai tribe. The people of this community build their homes on the crowns of massive, sturdy banyan trees. Using wood, bamboo, and palm leaves, it can sometimes take several weeks to construct just one treehouse. But why live so high up? Because for them, height means safety. In the past, the ground was plagued with dangers, attacks from rival tribes, wild animals, and even the threat of cannibalism. So, they decided to live closer to the sky. The way they climb into these houses is terrifying. There are no stairs, no railings, and no safety ropes. Just a single notched bamboo pole. They effortlessly glide up and down this narrow path. While a tourist would tremble just standing there, Korowai children climb up and down as if they are walking on ordinary stairs. Although modern influences are drawing some Korowai people to the ground, many elders still believe, the earth is not for us, we are the people of the sky. 3. Veru Geothermal Area, Island, the burning hell on Earth. Imagine standing in a place where the ground itself is boiling, smoke is rising from all sides, the air smells intensely of sulfur, and hot mud and toxic gases erupt from beneath your feet. It feels less like Earth and more like the gates of hell have opened. The Veru Geothermal Area, located in northern Iceland, is just such a terrifying yet wondrous place. Due to active geothermal energy beneath the surface, you will find boiling mud pools, steaming fumaroles, and scorching ground. In some spots, the ground is so hot that a minor misstep can lead to a fatal accident. The most challenging aspect of this place is its environment. The smell of sulfur is so pungent that first-time visitors will instantly have tears in their eyes. The landscape, streaked with orange, yellow, red, and brown, makes you feel like you've landed on another planet. Interestingly, this place doesn't just attract tourists, it is highly valuable to scientists as well. Because the environment closely mirrors the surface of Mars, space scientists use this area for research. The boiling mud pools, called mud pots, bubble constantly and change color over time, appearing gray, white, or even light blue. The irony is that the very ground that looks like hell is used by Icelanders as a source of life. They harness this geothermal energy to power a large portion of the country's electricity and hot water systems. 4. Spiti Valley, India, an impossible world. Deep within India lies a place where, upon arrival, you feel as though you have entered another realm. Surrounded by massive, barren mountains, there is almost no human population, the air is thin on oxygen, and the roads are so treacherous that one wrong step means plunging thousands of feet into a gorge. Located in the high-altitude region of Himachal Pradesh, Spiti Valley is often called the Middle Land, because it stands between two distinct worlds, not entirely Indian, yet deeply rooted in Tibetan culture. At an altitude of 12,500 feet above sea level, life here is far from easy. For a major part of the year, heavy snowfall completely cuts off the valley from the rest of the world. The roads here are considered some of the most dangerous on Earth. With towering, unstable rock walls on one side and hundreds of feet of drop-offs on the other, there are no guardrails or safety barriers. Local drivers say they pray every single day before hitting the road. Yet, amidst the danger, Spiti's beauty is otherworldly. The night sky is so pristine that you can see countless stars and the Milky Way with the naked eye. It is also home to ancient Buddhist monasteries, the most famous being the Key Monastery, which has stood perched on a hilltop for over 1,000 years. Spiti also boasts the highest post office in the world in Hikim village. However, climate change now poses a new threat as glaciers melt and water sources deplete, leaving this ancient way of life hanging in uncertainty. Five, Vatnajökull Ice Caves, Iceland, the deep blue mystery. Imagine standing inside a cave where the walls around you are as clear as glass but glowing with a deep, surreal blue, as if the sky and the ocean have merged to create a fantasy world. The Vatnajökull ice caves in Iceland are among the most stunning natural wonders of the world. These caves form inside the Vatnajökull Glacier, one of the largest ice caps in Europe. These ice caves are not permanent. Every year, changing temperatures, pressure, and melting ice destroy old caves and create entirely new ones. The path you walk this year might completely disappear by next year. Why is the ice so intensely blue? Over thousands of years, the immense pressure exerted on the ice squeezes out all trapped air bubbles. This makes the ice incredibly dense and clear. When light passes through, it absorbs longer wavelengths, like red, and reflects the shorter blue light, illuminating the cave in a magical blue hue. However, this beauty carries immense risk. These caves are only safe to visit during the peak of winter, from November to March. At any other time, the ice softens, roofs can collapse, and sudden flash floods can occur. The ultimate twist? Beneath this massive glacier lie active volcanoes. You could be standing inside a frozen blue paradise while active magma churns deep beneath your feet. Tragically, due to global warming, these glaciers are rapidly shrinking, and this blue dream world may eventually disappear. 6. Oymyakon, Russia, the coldest inhabited village. What if you woke up one morning to find that not only the roads, but your very breath freezes instantly? Your smartphone dies within minutes, cars refuse to start, and the temperature outside is below 60 degrees Celsius. Located in the Yakutia region of Russia, Oymyakon is the coldest permanently inhabited village on Earth. A mind-boggling record low of 67.7 degrees Celsius was once recorded here. It is so cold that water freezes inside pipes, and car engines must be left running 24/7. If a car engine is turned off, it is impossible to restart it in the morning. Life here is completely adapted to the cold. Since the ground remains frozen solid year-round, agriculture is impossible. The local diet consists almost entirely of fish and meat, often eaten raw and frozen. Even burying the dead is a monumental task. The frozen ground must first be thawed with bonfires for days before a grave can be dug. School rules are equally unbelievable. Children still go to school unless the temperature drops to absolute extremes, as this freezing environment is just their normal daily life. Why do people live here? The answer is simple: it is their home. They were born here, raised here, and this harsh environment defines their identity. Seven. Hussaini Hanging Bridge, Pakistan, a walk over death. Imagine stepping onto a bridge where you look down to see a raging river hundreds of feet below, while the rope structure sways violently in the wind, and the wooden planks beneath your feet have massive gaps. One wrong step, and you are gone. Located in the upper Hunza Valley of the Gilgit-Baltistan region in Pakistan, the Hussaini Hanging Bridge is widely considered one of the most dangerous bridges in the world. For the local villagers, it isn't an adventure sport, it is their only lifeline to the outside world. The bridge is crudely constructed from ropes and wooden planks. What makes it terrifying is that the planks are spaced far apart, leaving open gaps where the drop below is fully visible. When the wind blows, the entire bridge shakes. While tourists panic after taking just a few steps, local villagers, and even small children cross this bridge effortlessly every day. For locals, there is no alternative. Without this bridge, communities on either side of the river would be completely isolated. Year after year, they bravely repair the ropes and replace broken planks just to keep their connection alive. Eight. The Hanging Temple, China, perched on a precipice. Look up at a sheer, vertical cliffside, and you might spot a massive temple complex seemingly glued to the rock face, dangling 75 meters above the ground. From below, it looks like it could collapse at any second, yet it has stood firm for over 1,500 years. The famous Hanging Temple is located on Mount Hang in the Shaanxi province of China. According to history, a Buddhist monk built this temple looking for a quiet sanctuary that was safe from floods, far from the chaos of the city, and perfect for meditation. The engineering behind it is a marvel. While it looks like it rests on thin wooden stilts, the actual weight of the structure is supported by oak crossbeams fitted into holes chiseled deep into the cliffside. The vertical stilts are mostly for balance and psychological reassurance. What makes this temple even more unique is that it is the only temple that combines three traditional Chinese philosophies: Buddhism, Taoism, and Confucianism. Walking through its narrow corridors and wooden walkways while looking down into the abyss is a thrilling experience that connects modern tourists with the monks of ancient times. Nine. Abuna Yemata Guh, Ethiopia, the path between faith and fear. Would you scale a sheer cliff without any safety ropes, harnesses, or railings, just to go to church? For centuries, devout Christians have been doing exactly that in Ethiopia. Perched on a towering sandstone cliff in the Tigray region, Abuna Yemata Guh is one of the most inaccessible and remote churches in the world. Situated at an altitude of 2,580 meters, reaching it is a true test of courage. Visitors must use narrow footholds and handholds worn into the rock face to climb vertically. One small slip means falling hundreds of feet. It is believed that a priest built this church in the 5th century to find absolute isolation and to ensure that only those with profound, unwavering faith would visit. Once you overcome the terrifying climb and step inside, the reward is immediate peace. The walls are adorned with stunning, well-preserved frescoes dating back centuries, depicting saints and biblical stories. It proves that faith can take humans to heights where courage alone might fail. Hawaii volcanoes, USA, where the earth is still growing. Imagine standing on a piece of land that didn't even exist a few months ago, a place where the ocean stood last year, but fresh, solid earth rests today. At Hawaii Volcanoes National Park on the Big Island, you can witness the earth actively creating itself. It features two of the world's most famous active volcanoes, Kilauea and Mauna Loa. Kilauea is incredibly active, continuously spewing molten lava. There have been times when slow-moving lava rivers swallowed entire villages, roads, and forests. Because Hawaiian lava often moves slowly, scientists and spectators can stand at a relatively safe distance to watch the glowing rivers of fire. When this molten rock meets the ocean or cools down on land, it hardens into dark, solid rock, creating brand new terrain. Mauna Loa, when measured from the ocean floor, is the most massive volcano on Earth. When the night sky glows red from volcanic eruptions, it serves as a powerful reminder that our planet is alive, dynamic, and constantly changing. Conclusion. Today, we journeyed through 10 places on Earth that seem absolutely impossible. We saw people living in treehouses, communities thriving at 67 degrees Celsius, people defying death daily on a hanging bridge, and ancient sanctuaries built into vertical cliffs. But all these places share one common thread: the incredible resilience of the human spirit. Humans have mastered the art of adaptation. We build homes in ice, live alongside active volcanoes, and scale dangerous peaks out of sheer faith. Perhaps that is humanity's greatest strength, our ability to adapt and turn the impossible into our everyday reality. Now, I have a question for you. Which of these 10 places would you want to visit at least once in your life, and why? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to Alpha Mind Bangla to stay by my side. See you in the next video with another unbelievable story. Until then, stay curious. Namaskar.